All right, what's up, my friends? Welcome to the Monday video here on CoolStuffInc.com. I've had enough of your Modern Horizons 2 cards. Today, we're playing Tron. That's it. That's the video. Let's go.
Cool Stuff Inc. is proud to sponsor Jim Davis. We offer great deals on card games, tabletop RPGs, board games, and more. Get a free token featuring Jim Davis and take 5% off your next order if you use the code JIM5 at checkout. CoolStuffInc.com. Cool stuff in stock.
All right, let's go. Round one. Jegantha, I choose you. There you are. There you are, buddy. Opponent's playing Lurrus. Who would have thought? And we look at an opener here. Quick refresher on Tron. Mulligan early, mulligan often. This hand does not have 2 Tron lands, nor does it have an easy path to turn 3 Tron. See mulligan. London Mulligan is your friend. And mulligan 2, a phenomenal hand. So we got map, 2 Tron lands, Star, Stirrings, Karn, and Wurmcoil. We're going to keep this. Question here is, what do we want to dump? And turn 3 Karn is great. We are against a Lurrus deck. They are on the play. Obviously, there are a million different Lurrus decks, but they're all, obviously playing a bunch of low curve stuff. To the point where Wurmcoil might actually be better than Karn on turn 3. We'll also have an extra mana to play our Chromatic Star as well. I'm a little tempted to dump the Karnski here. Definitely want to keep a Star and Stirrings because they have Thoughtseize and take the map. We have Star and Stirrings to find our Tron land. Wurmcoil's pretty good. I think I'm going to dump Karn here. I think we're going to dump Karn. On the play, I would keep Karn. But I think on the draw here, there's a chance that Karn might be a little too slow. And not affect the board enough. So, dump the Karn. Keep 6. Again, on the play, I keep Karn there. In the dark, if they're not playing Lurrus, I keep Karn there, I think. But given that they're going to be a permanent base deck, I think Wurmcoil might just be the way to go. Let's rock and roll. Opponent's name is Thalia. Go. I suppose they could have Thalia in their Lurrus deck. That is definitely a possibility. That is definitely a possibility. Marsh Flats. Looking like it might be Hammer Time. Hammer Time is definitely not a great matchup. Plains. Sentinel. All right. Pretty good. Pretty good. We draw Ulamog. Ceaseless Hunger. We're going to give them their card off Sentinel. Play our map. And see where it takes us. Again, if they're Hammer Time on the play, game 1's pretty tough for us. But another Plains, another Sentinel, and another Sentinel. Okay. Sure. Luckily for me, I don't plan on playing a spell next turn. So, untap. We draw a replacement copy of Karn anyway. So, play the land, say go. There's no weird card they can make, so I can't search, right? Probably not. Like even Mind Sensor or something like that. Marsh Flats. Kraken. Really hate these lands. Like, the art's cool, but... Alright, here's Godless Shrine. Shocking it in, down to 16. We see a Stoneforge Mystic. So yeah, they're just Hammer Time. But their hand is, only okay. We're going to get a Cranial Plating. Interesting. And they're going to play a Drum. So, must already have hammers in hand, most likely. And they're just going to cast a hammer. Sure. This is fine. We pop our map and go get our Urza's Power Plant. They have 2 cards in hand. They have a Cranial Plating and an unknown card. Probably not Sigarda's Aid. Probably not Sigarda's Aid. Now, we play a Star here. We draw 3. So we're just going to cast Wurmcoil and not play Star. And Wurmcoil is pretty good here, honestly, because you can't really remove it. And with the without Sigarda's Aid for sneaky attacks on the Colossus Hammers, just going to trade with the Wurmcoil, which is great for us. We have more Wurmcoils, obviously. So another Drum, sure. And there's your cranial plating. And again, this is all fine. They can, I suppose, instant equip They could, in theory, attack with 2 Sentinels and equip the one that is unblocked, but wouldn't really do much with the lifelink from Wurmcoil Engine in play. So realistically, I don't think they really have great attacks here. And then we're just playing another Wurmcoil Engine. So let's see what they want to do. Put plating on one of the Sentinels. It's now an 8-1. Of course, I'm very happy to trade here. Plenty more Wurmcoils where that came from. One less Sentinel makes casting the Star not so bad. They definitely don't want to have them draw any cards right now. They're on the other hand just kind of they're out of cards. Haven't really found their pieces yet. So we're pretty happy to just kind of chill. They put in a Sentinel. Okay. We draw Snow-Covered Forest. Of course, the 7-1 paying 7 for a star is a little difficult, but we're going to just kind of jam here, given that we're playing another Wurmcoil. This works for me. They don't really have any way to remove Wurmcoil, so we attack. Wouldn't mind seeing a block here, honestly. That would allow me to cast my star. Nope. Okay. So there is them at 10. We're gonna play a land. We could play a star here, allow them to draw 1. We could also stirrings. I don't think I want them to draw any cards though, because right now they just don't got it. And as long as we chill, we're in pretty good place. So I'll leave a green up. Play Wurmcoil, and I think we're just going to say go. If we draw any Tron land, we're casting Ulamog next turn, which is also pretty good. We'll just like not let them draw, a card that can kill us, basically. A Pure Steel Paladin, I don't know, Cigar Disease, I guess. Just keep doing our thing here. Wurmcoil's doing pretty good. Any Tron land draws good. They're just going to scoop, yeah. So, sweet. So that's pretty good. Stealing game 1 against Hammer Time on the draw especially is very, very good because their clock is very fast. We don't really interact too much in game 1. In game 2 and 3, we can board in some better cards for interacting. We get access to 4 copies of Nature's Claim. We get access to 2 copies of Gutshot, which I think we probably want. A Wilt, Spatial Contortion. I'm not sure if I actually want all of these, but let's take a look over here. Don't need these relics. Ugin is interesting. It's I think it's good enough. They have to have some colorless cards, but Ulamog. Ulamog's fine. Thragtusk is like not as good against them. It's normally good in sort of grindy matchups, but they're kind of fast. And Wurmcoil, the fact that Wurmcoil can block a hammered creature and kill it no matter what is a huge factor for Wurmcoil. Thragtusk can't do that. So Thragtusk is going to pop. Relic's going to pop. O-Stone is great. Obviously, they have a lot of permanence and play to kill. Honestly, our own Urza Saga is not very useful. Our one Saga here is mostly for like control matchups and grindy matchups, just to have a land we can get that does things. Don't really need that. Then we have 2 more cards. A Gutshot doesn't actually kill. It can like beat their absolute nut draw of like Ink Moth getting a hammer put on it, and it can kill Esper Sentinel and like a Memnite. It doesn't do much else, honestly. I'm just gonna get rid of this. I think Contortion is good because it actually kills multiple things. So we're cutting all this and we're bringing in 7 removal spells. 7 removal spells, which is pretty good. Again, still not like a great matchup, but on the draw, I mean, I guess we could consider just bringing Gutshot on the draw. Maybe we should bring Gutshot. Maybe we should cut like 2 Karns. Karn is like not particularly great against them on the draw. They have so many things in play. It can end up being like a 7-mana Vindicate, which I'm really like, I'm gonna bring Gutshot. I think on the play, the Karns come back in. I think on the draw, Gutshot just allows us to sort of have a little more insurance against their best possible draws. They're deciding if they want to go first. Probably a good idea. What are you, playing Manaless Dredge? I'll take things I don't miss of a Paper Magic for 500, Alex. All right, so Lurrus and Jegantha. Once again, we see a hand that can't produce turn 3 Tron, so you mulligan. Mulligan to a hand that produces turn 3 Tron. Cool. So we have Mine, Power Plant, Star, Scrying, Contortion, and Karn. We need to decide if we want to keep the Stirrings or the Contortion. Given that we only have 1 green source, we're going to keep the Contortion and dump Stirrings here. Turn 1 Esper Sentinel would kind of suck, honestly, but what are you going to do? Ooh. Getting ready for Kamigawa and Neon Dynasty. Of course they had the Esper Sentinel. Of course, why wouldn't they? So, and an Orthopter, sure. This card's such a nightmare on the draw. Alright, well, they're drawing a lot of cards off Esper Sentinel in this game. So, that sucks. It's okay, though. We have turn 3 Tron. The castle. The castle. I was there, Gandalf. I was there 1,200 years ago. Dark Confidant. I do love me some Dark Confidant. But again, they're not really doing their hammer thing, which is the thing that is good against us. So, see how next turn turns up. But we're going to make a green. We'll let him draw another card at this point. Oh, we actually drew Tron naturally. Okay. That being the case, now I think we're going to cast Spatial Contortion. Because we don't really need the Scrying anymore. And I guess we're killing Dark Confidant. I get to draw a card anyway, but it's just less cards overall. We have this Karn. I mean, Karn's like fine. It's not like, again, great on the draw here. I'm going to kill the, we're going to kill this Dark Confidant. They draw a card, obviously, which sucks, but we should have Tron next turn. No reason to cast Scrying. Not ideal. Not ideal. In the combat, they are not really doing their hammer things. Which is lucky for us, because like we drew Contortion, but like Nature's Claim and Friends are all real good cards in this matchup. Haven't really drawn those. There's Urza Saga. Saga's good. Saga. And a Stoneforge Mystic. Alright. Now they're doing their thing. Now they're doing their thing. You can see here how Karn just doesn't look that good. You get plating again? So once again, they're saying their hand is full of hammers. You draw Nature's Claim. Okay. We cast Karn here if I draw 2. And it doesn't even really do that much, honestly. We could plus it. And kind of play that game a little bit. Obviously, they have a hammer they can equip. They can kill it. Kind of want to kill a Saga. We could, like, start popping spheres. Pay for the first round of spheres from Sentinel. And cast Claim and Scrying this turn. Getting Blast Zone, maybe. Which isn't too bad. I don't hate that. I don't think casting Karn's very good here. So, let's play Sphere. We're going to pay 1. We're going to pay the 1 on both these Sentinels. They have 4 cards at hand, which is, you know, a lot, but not like a bajillion. Hello, opponent. There's the magic of the F6 button. One of the best features on Magic Online. Doesn't have an auto tapper. It's got an F6 button, though. Oh, there you go. Yes. Yes. All right, so it resolves. So now, of course, Sentinel's only the first spell that they cast, and now we're free to cast spells all willy-nilly. We're going to draw a card. It's a power plant. We're going to cast a another star. Make some mana, make another green. Draw a card. It's a tower. Okay, tower of power. We're going to get Blast Zone here, and we're going to Nature's Claim the Urza Saga. I think that's our current plan. So we're going to claim this and get Blast Zone. Boom, boom. All right, so a lot of good Stone Rain, whether it's a 7-mana Stone Rain or a 1-mana Stone Rain. Both are very good. Both are very good. They play Silent Clearing. They cast the Cranial Plating. Again, really, I like Cranial Plating. Don't get me wrong. I have a Cranial Plating in my Hammer Time list. Just a little out of date. But not really the matchup you want it for. It's more for the matchups where you can't get Hammer Time going. So you just do the plating thing. And they're going to put it on Sentinel and just say go here. Attack for a pretty big chunk. But we get to Blast Zone them next turn. Let's see what we draw here. Draw Snow-Covered Forest. So unfortunately, we're drawing a lot of lands, but we casting Karn here. I mean, I guess like Karn Exile Plating isn't really that bad. because they have almost nothing going on. I kind of don't hate that. We Blast Zone, they can move the plating to a Thopter. I guess they only have 2 artifacts then, so it's not nearly as good. And I could see wanting to hold Blast Zone for future, like for them actually drawing a hammer at some point. 3 cards in hand. We could Blast Zone and just put the Jegantha into our hand. We cast Karn, they also draw a card, which kind of sucks because their hand once again seems kind of eh. So I think we're just gonna blast it up. Just gonna blast it up. So put Jegantha in hand, play Blast Zone, just say go. Hand's not great, obviously. A little landy. But our lands do stuff, like blow things up and tap for 1,000,000 mana. Ugly Plains. We're gonna see a pure steel paladin. Okay, that's a piece. I have to imagine they have hammer, at least one hammer in their hand because they have the they search for plating with the Stoneforge Mystic, but they're just gonna play hammer into my Blast Zone. Obviously, they drew a card off it or placed itself, which is pretty good, but clip onto Stoneforge Mystic, sure. 2 cards left in hand. Move plating to Thopter. Good play. It's a freebie. All right, and we're just going to pop the old Blast Zone. It goes boom, boom. And it kills all that stuff. We take 3. Killed their hammer and their 2 sentinels. They have 2 cards left. They have another hammer. They'll probably be incentivized to just play it, and then we can Karn it. Sentinel number 3. Jeez. So many sentinels. All right. We're at 8. We are at 8. Let's draw Ulamog. Claim is good. Claim's good. Oh, this is a cool play. Not we're 1 short. Damn it. If we had 1 more mana, we could cast Karn, trigger Sentinel, cast Nature's Claim in response to a trigger, kill the plating, and then pay the 1 for Sentinel, not the 5 or the 4. But we're 1 mana short of that, unfortunately. That'd be a cool play, though. That'd be a cool play. All right, so they're going to get a card off Sentinel no matter what. We are going to play Karn, and we are going to minus and exile. Honestly, probably the pure steel paladin, because once we kill the plating in combat, they can't actually kill the Karn, which is good. So play Karn. They drop. Annoying, but whatever. Pure steel is also the best possible card as far as them drawing hammer, so or Stoneforge. So let's eat this. And I guess this will also allow them to draw another card, though. So if I wait till their turn, they'll draw another card off Sentinel. I should just kill this now, I guess. Sure. If they draw a hammer, we're dead, but like, whatever. They need a hammer and a way to equip it, which is very unlikely given the cards they've played so far. So if they had a hammer, they would have played it last turn with the pure steel in play. They're gonna play a damping sphere, which is kind of annoying. So all my lands untap for 1. All my lands tap for 1 now. Thankfully, their board isn't too threatening, and I just can just cash Jegantha from my hand and do that. We're also gonna have this card in play. They're not killing Karn here, so they're gonna attack Karn. Gonna attack Karn. Karn goes to 1. 1 is more than 0. They have 2 cards in hand. Now they got 1. Pop up the old Karnski. They exiled they're holding an Ornithopter. Interesting. And play Tower. Let's play Jegantha here. Starrings can't really find anything useful, so I'll just play our 5/5. It also can tap for green if we really need it, so. And now you just have Karn online. Next turn, Karn can just kill a Damping Sphere. I am Karn. Ginger Brute. Can't catch me. 1 black. 1 white. Tap 3 for Lurrus, probably. No, Dark Confidant. Okay. Not really the best Dark Confidant matchup. And they have no cards in hand now. So we are going to untap and draw another Stirrings. I think first thing we're going to do is cast Stirrings. Let's see if we actually have a Boom Boom to cast or not, and if Karn needs to kill the Sphere or not. So, cast Stirrings. And we're going to pay the 1. Going to pay the 1 here. I think we can afford it. I think. Resolve Stirrings. Stirring Seas and Oblivion Stone. That's a pretty good one. Oblivion Stone, map, sphere, etc. So that works for me. Don't want them to draw cards. I think we're pretty happy just casting O Stone here. We have another Stirrings up. We lose our Karn and our Jegantha, but then they just have literally nothing in play but a Lurrus and a Canopy Land. We just have Tron and a Stirrings. We're actually going to end up casting the Stirrings also. So we probably just cast the Stirrings first. Just take another look. Pretty sure we're actually it would cost 2 this year, but we'll kill Sphere. So kill Sphere. I said kill Sphere. Oh, they scooped. Sure. Sweet. So a nice win there against Hammer Time. Not a great matchup, honestly. Not a great matchup, but we'll take it 1-0. Let's go. All right, round 2, Jegantha, I choose you. That's a hammer, keeping 7. Look at us, a filthy Tron player keeping 7. We're on the draw again, and our opponent has no companion. So we're going to keep. Flood Strand. All right, let's go. Buckle up. Map number 2. Rocket. Oh, yeah, that's what's up. You got a Fortification? No. Rats. Rats. We got plenty more where that came from. Keeping 7 is almost like cheating. Hollow Fountain. Okay. Turn 1. Prismatic Ending the map. Sure. One of the more annoying cards for Tron and basically every other deck in the entire universe in Prismatic Ending. And play land. Play map. Play star. So go. Go ahead, ending me again. Yeah, usually like the the Sword Spot shows the format is not very good against Tron, but Prismatic Ending is good against actual everything. So nice map, nice Aether Vial, nice Utopia Sprawl. Prismatic Ending, don't care. Don't care. All right, so some sort of Esper something deck. Esper something. And we're going to see a Archmage's Charm to steal my map. Why you gotta be so rude? All right, Urza Saga is pretty good in a matchup like this. That's pretty cool. All right, we're going to crack Star for green. Start looking for our missing Tron land. Opponent's working really, really hard to not give it to us. We draw Wurmcoil Engine. Cast Stirrings. Stirrings reveals a Sphere, a Power Plant. Already got one of those. A Wurmcoil or a Spirit Dragon. So we're going to take the Sphere here. And I think we're just going to cast Urza Saga and start doing that thing, honestly. Get Saga going. Start make some tokens and then go get a map again. Works for me. Works for me. So any order. We're probably going to pop the Sphere actually just for green right now. Just might as well. Play this. Get a counter. Cast Sphere. And we're just going to pop it. We already have a Forest in our hand for green if we really need it. So go for green. Map. Cool. Easy game. Easy game. Plenty more where that came from, my friend. So we can crack map next turn, play the map, and then make a token. Or play the Tron and make a token. Also going to steal this one, too. Blue, blue, blue. Steal your expedition map. Steal your expedition map. Spreading Seas. Okay. And it's going to be on the Tron land, not the Saga. Okay. Flood Strand, sure. So they are jacked up main deck Spreading Seas. We're going to untap. We're going to draw a Karn. Okay. Gonna put our counter on. Now, I want to make a Saga token for sure. So we're just going to play Forest here and say go. Yeah. Not even sure what Tron land we're getting anyway, so we're not really in a huge rush. So play this. So go. We've got 2 4/4s coming. They have 4 cards in hand. Get islands, crack their map. Something tells me that they're not getting Urza's Tower. Just saying. Just probably just a guess. Just a guess. Castle Vantress. No Field of Ruin either. Okay. They get a Castle Vantress? Sure. Gonna play it. Imagine playing Castle Vantress in Modern, you know? Alright, so crank up the old token. Untap. Draw for turn. Urza's mine. Already have that one. Already have that one. We're gonna crank up another token here. And I guess we're actually out of maps, right? No, we have one left. We have one left. So we're going to go search for, is it Relic, map, or a sphere effect? Just another map, I think. Get another map going. We're going to play ourselves, I guess we'll play the Sanctum, because we already have on Urza's Mine, so like, just, you know, get the variety pack of lands in play. Play this. Attack for 4. And again, this is the point of having Urza Saga in a deck. Just having a card like this that's an uncounterable way to just like make some tokens against a control deck. So, and we'll say go. Can't actually have Tron next turn, which kind of sucks, honestly. But they're going to Castle Vantress. Powerful. Powerful. Yeah, no way we could have sequenced our lands. Tap Tron earlier because we had to use our mana for our Saga. Wanted to get full value. Their Scry goes bottom top. They shock in the land and play Supreme Verdict. Sure. So Verdict with Counterspell up. We're going to get ourselves a replacement power plant. Want to replace the one they've already killed because we're less likely to draw it. More likely to draw a tower. And we draw a snow-covered forest. Okay. Yeah, I mean, we're kind of playing the long con here, but sure. Play land. Put Jegantha into hand. And just say go. About to have a lot of mana next turn. So they almost assuredly have Counterspell in their hand. 4 other cards. However, we have a lot of things to jam. So we're definitely in jam mode. And we can't really, the longer we wait, the more they just scry and stuff or whatever. So we also have the Sanctum to go get ourselves an Ulamog, which of course cannot be a Trickcaster, can't be countered. All right, we got a real hateful player here. Sure. Another Spreading Seas. And then a Triome. Interesting. So we'll get another copy of Urza's Power Plant. And now we can start just casting things, honestly. We draw Ugin. So replace the power plant. I don't mind just casting Wurmcoil here, honestly. It's Wurmcoil or Jegantha. And they're both bad against the same stuff for the most part. I guess Jegantha is just like, it's probably just Jegantha. They're going to counter it either way. So, all right. So it's funny. They have Cryptic here. They could like counter bounce Spreading Seas, put it on a different land, which is kind of cute. But can't stop that. So whatever. Oops. Green, yeah. All right. Play Jegantha. It's a 5/5. Beats, you know. So it didn't counter it. Resolve really fast, actually. We're going to see Archmage's Charm, draw 2. Sure. It's a very, very hateful Esper control player here. Lots of Spreading Seas. Obviously also targeted at Urza Saga too, but not often your control deck has, you know, multiple main deck anti-land cards in their deck. All right, sure. I think we're just casting cards the old-fashioned way this game, folks. Which is honestly fine. We got time to do it, so. They have Teferi here, we're going to lose. Yeah, sure. All right, so that I guess 3 Spreading Seas as well as a perfect curve might be enough to beat us here. Might be enough to beat us. I suppose they have to also defend their Teferi, though, so. Play Mystic Gate. All right. Relic. All right. Coming to get you. It's a fairy. I choose you. Solitude Evoke. Okay. Exile's ending. They have 3 cards left. So again, definitely have Counterspell for sure. I think that Wurmcoil is going to be our best course of action here. What a mana base. Tap for blue. Play Wurmcoil, they counter it. We play Relic. And we're still resolves. Okay, sure. Could have another Solitude, I suppose. Play Relic. And just say go. Hardcast Solitude. I guess like Karn. We think they have a counterspell, but like if you want them to use the counterspell, then like I guess maybe a non-creature is better against Solitude, but Charm, draw cards, sure. Chalice on 1. All right. Teferi Time Raveler, sure. Again, bouncing their own Spreading Seas is a pretty good play here. Or a good line available to them. So now we start like Karning probably and just try to resolve this Ugin. So you'd be like Karn, they counter it, etc. Try and get Ugin down. Ancient Stirrings. All right. 3, 6, 7. This is 8. We'll start there. They have Chalice and play. I'm an idiot. Sure, whatever. Chalice check. Chalice check. I forgot. We're not going to sack our Sanctum. Play card. They counter it, which is fine. Sure. So they go. They have 4 cards in hand. The 4th copy of Spreading Seas. Opponent, take it easy. All right? Take it easy. 4 Spreading Seas. Get out of here. All right, so untap. Draw Wurmcoil. It's going to be Karn again. Try and hit this Teferi. All right, counterspell again. Okay. Well, it's all on Ugin's back next turn. Can Ugin come to town and save the day next turn? Yes or no? We've worked through a number of counterspells, Archmage's Charms, and stuff like that. So we'll see. We'll see. Double Charm. Exile. Let's say 3 charms, 2 counterspells so far. End step Deluge. It's pretty bad for us. 3, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're actually going to exile this. So they can't cast it on their turn, dig through time, and then untap the lands. So let's pop this Relic right now. Versus Tower. I mean, kinda. That is the Tron, I guess, sort of. But it have 4 islands in play somehow. So chip in a chair here. Cast Ugin next turn. Hope it resolves. Chase the Mind Sculptor. All right. Yeah, probably not going to resolve at this point. Probably not going to resolve. But I mean, look. I mean, they're going to win the game. They have 4 Spreading Seas. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? You know? 4 Spreading Seas and everything else on every street. So that's fine. You know? They had the Ferry right on time. All 4 Spreading Seas. Could be worse. You know? Could be worse. Celestial Colonnade. 5 cards in hand, untap 2. All right, well. Suppose there's a chance they don't have a counterspell. Not a very good chance, but a chance. Obviously, if the Ugin resolves, you probably win the game, which is cool. Thragtusk earlier would have been great. If that early Jegantha or Wurmcoil had been a Thragtusk, you might have been able to pull this game out. Eh? Oh my god. Wowzers. -5. Oh my. Okay. We just exiled 4 Spreading Seas. and 3 Planeswalkers. We've unlocked our Tron and unlocked our hand. And they have 6 cards in hand. Must have more Planeswalkers, obviously, but now they got to deal with the Ugin, and then I can obviously play almost my entire hand. They're going to Solitude here and attack our Ugin. Sure. That's 1 Solitude that's not killing Wurmcoil, which is great for us. What do we have? We have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We have 17 mana next turn. 6, 12, 13, 14. We've not got a mana to cast all 3 things. All right, so they killed our Ugin. Can't believe that resolved. And they're going to play Teferi Time Raveler, sure. And bounce Solitude. That's pretty gross. Solitude's stupid. It's a stupid card. Just a horribly designed card. All right, so another Wurmcoil, sure. All right, let's start the old Wurmcoil train, I guess. Obviously, they have Solitude to exile the first one, but Wurmcoil. Thragtusk. Well, actually, I'm bad at math. It's only 1 Wurmcoil. We can't actually play multiple Wurmcoils. I only have 5 left. That sucks. I don't know why I miscounted that, but sure. Still cast Solitude, exile Wurmcoil. We still have Thragtusk going and multiple Wurmcoils in hand. Still got a ways to go here, but anything that triggers Sanctum of Ugin will be a pretty big game. Pretty big game. Debating if they want to scry with Vantress or just cast Solitude. They just cast Solitude on their turn, obviously, but scrying is a little more effective if their hand's not good. Oops, sorry about that. We're drawing to some boomers, you know. End step, cast Solitude. Yeah, that's the thing you can do. Now we're at 36. That's what, 2 Solitudes so far? 2, yes. Play another land. They haven't actually cast a black card yet, have they? They have not. They have not. They have multiple black lands, though. Oh, there you go. Kaya's Guile. Sack a creature and get a token. Sure. Another Teferi. Ugh. So that means another Solitude. Oh, they're gonna bounce token, actually. That actually works out pretty well for us, honestly. Because now this Teferi can't bounce this for a really long time. I cast 2 Wurmcoils here. Oblivion Stone, also not the worst. You probably just start there, actually. Killing Teferi. Killing Chalice has a lot of value too, obviously. They have 4 cards in hand. Maybe we just cast one of the Wurmcoils and see what happens. They have enough Solitude. I would like to kill that as well. Let's just start by playing a Wurmcoil and see what happens. Let's actually tap a little differently. Wurmcoil. Yeah, we have 19 cards left. Wurmcoil on stack. Resolves. Oblivion Stone. See what's up here. Looks like we've got a counter on the Oblivion Stone. All right. Now we'll just cast another Wurmcoil. Keep them coming. Ha 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 ha. So they need a lot more Solitudes. And again, we're just like at 33. Unfortunately, the Chalice does turn off a lot of our draws. So I'm a little sad we didn't get to O-Stone there, but they're going to play their mana, and they're going to Kaya's Guile here. Sack the Wurmcoil, make a token. All right, sure. Only got 2 cards left. We would like to kill Teferi before we can bounce our Solitude. Dramatic ending a token. Not cool. Scalding Tarn. Sure. Alright. Untap and draw an uncastable, which kind of sucks, unfortunately. Attack Teferi. Attack Teferi. We're not going to kill them before Teferi can bounce things. We got to attack Teferi. And they're going to... activate Colonnade. Oh, I'm so stupid. I just didn't even see it. That's bad. That's bad. It's been sitting there the whole game. I haven't seen a Celestial Colonnade Modern in like 6 years, so yeah, that's pretty bad on my part. All right, sure. We're probably in trouble now. We're like we need to draw like a big boomer. Another activate Vantress, sure. Bottom. Like, O-Stone not being able to kill chat. Maybe like we should have like went Wurmcoil. I mean, they probably wouldn't have countered the Wurmcoils because they can kind of deal with them, obviously. So the O-Stone was probably just going to counter anyway. But all right, so here comes the Solitude. We can't quite kill this Teferi, unfortunately. We draw Karn. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Don't have mana for Karn and Ulamog. I think I do actually. We have 6, 7, and then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, we only have 9? Oh, man, come on. Why you gotta play me like that? All right. Let's start by attacking Teferi. Right. We're gonna attempt to Karn it. They have Colonnade, so I can't defend my Karn if I Karn it, so... They're going to block. We gain some life. And we're going to cast Karn and figure out what we want to do with it. We're going to cast it. So trigger up a stack. Again, we have 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana, which is so annoying. It's literally just Ulamog or Wurmcoil. The Wurmcoil could be cast this turn, but I think Karn's going to resolve. So let's get Ulamog, I guess. Yeah. Get Ulamog. Here's Karn. Does it resolve? Okay. A lot of options here, honestly. We could even just like kill the Chalice. And but that allows them to blink their Solitude, which kind of sucks. So pretty sure we're just going to kill the Teferi. We're going to lose our Karn, obviously, but killing Teferi here is pretty big because they can't rebuy Solitude. And this Wurmcoil is still a problem, so just going to exile the Teferi. Could exile Solitude, but Teferi can, like, just bounce Wurmcoil, or... It also just draws a card, too. I don't think Solitude matters that much. Take Teferi. Alright, and we say go. Can't play Star because they still have a Chalice in play. They're going to Vantress again. They're running out of cards. They only have like 17 cards left. So they go bottom, top. Don't love the top there, but Ulamog next turn will deal with the Chalice and the Solitude. So you can do the Colonnade also if we really want to go that route. Ulamog also needs to be answered because one attack will kill them. So they can be countered, but the trigger will still work. They're at 23 now. All right, untap and draw Oblivion Stone. It's kind of cool. Let's just start by attacking and see what's up. I think there's a big question of, are we hitting Colonnade or Vantress? We're obviously hitting Chalice with the Ulamog, but what else are we hitting? Down to 17. All right. Tap a 10 ball, cast Ulamog. Trigger targets Chalice, and I kind of think it's Colonnade. Maybe Colonnade's not even that good. We're like 51. Maybe just Solitude, I guess. The problem is that we're playing an O-Stone also, so like... But like, if they just draw Teferi and bounce... Teferi or Jace to bounce Solitude. Yeah, we're going to... What's Solitude? Sure, whatever. Hit those two. What do you got? Nothing. I have an Ulamog. Does it resolve? It does. You're in big trouble. All right. And then now we can play our Chromatic Star. And probably just play O-Stone too, honestly. Maybe we just hold it because they could Prismatic Ending it. But like, they got to beat the board right now or they just lose. Another O-Stone? Sure. When your deck's all boomers, you know? When your deck's all boomers. Your turn. Scry, sure. So right now they need to deal with Ulamog or they lose. One attack will kill them. So they're going to go bottom. There are a lot of ways to deal with it, obviously. They can Kaya's Guile it. They can Teferi bounce it or Tuck it or Jace bounce it. I guess bouncing is not very good, but could have countered it on the way down, but they didn't have that, obviously. Here we go. We're going to see Teferi here of Dominaria. Sure. They can Tuck the Ulamog, but of course, it'll be coming back later. It's not like it's not coming back. So another Colonnade, 2 Celestial Colonnades in the same deck list. Holy moly, what year is it? We draw Blast Zone, sure. So let's just make an attempt at killing Teferi here. Again, Ulamog is coming back very soon. Very soon. We're going to see what here. A Colonnade Chump Block? Sure. Okay. So now the question is, do I want to give them a turn with Teferi in play? Because I can Fate counter my Wurmcoil. I am actually going to play a second Oblivion Stone and start Fate countering stuff like crazy. We could like play second O-Stone, Fate counter Wurmcoil, and then pop O-Stone right now. But I think I'd rather just keep access to both O-Stones because they have to actually beat us. They only have 15 cards left, you know? So they have to actually be able to win the game. We have 4 and 4. So you can Fate counter the O-Stone and Fate counter the Wurmcoil, untap and pop the O-Stone and save both other ones, which is kind of cool. So do that. And then we'll just say go. They can have a turn with Teferi, whatever. I'll allow it. We're also just drawing to Ulamog in like a turn or two. So what's Teferi? Second from the top? Third from the top. So I'd say that's a few turns away, but whatever. We'll get there. We'll get there. Yeah, just gonna scoop. I mean, like, sweet. That was insane. We beat 4 Spreading Seas. 4 in the first, like, 20 cards of their deck. Love it. Love it. I didn't choose the Tron Life, but Tron Life chose me, all right? Let's sideboard here. Let's sideboard. So, Veil of Summer, pretty easy. Kozilek's pretty appealing as well. Thragtusk is pretty appealing. I like the idea of a Wilt and, like, maybe a Claim. So you can, like, get, like, a sneaky end step, kill your Spreading Seas. I don't want too many of that effect. That's pretty good, I think. So these are coming in. I would say, I actually want some number of O-Stones because they do, they mop up Planeswalkers as well as the Spreading Seas, which is kind of cool. So we're going to want to keep some of these, probably not all of them, though. Maybe shave like 1 or 2. Wurmcoil is not great against them because obviously they just have Solitude, but it's still fine. I think you want to stay as threat dense as possible. So let's see here. I also like O-Stone because it plays well around counter spells, where you can, like, if you have 10 mana in play, you play an O-Stone, they counter it, you play a 7-drop, which is kind of cool. It's very different than having just multiple 7-drops in your hands. I kind of like keeping 3 O-Stones in play. And now we got to cut what? We got to cut probably just 2 Wurmcoils. They're just, like, not great. And Thragtusk is obviously much better. Got the Blast Zone, actually. Let's get Blast Zone. I don't need Blast Zone against them. Cool. I'm down. I'm down. So a couple ways to kill Spreading Seas. Again, don't want to go overboard. And then, of course, a couple Veil Summers for their counter spells. And then just Thrag Daddy. More Thrag Daddies. All right. This hand's pretty bad against Chalice of the Void. On the draw. Point ball against the 6. I kind of want to keep this hand. I'm going to keep. It's going to be a longer game, so we don't have to meet them mulligan as aggressively. And this hand's got a lot of looks. It's got a lot of looks. All right. And or we'll just draw Tron. That works too. That works too, right? Right. Better lucky than good. So here's a Sphere. Saga. They have like a Stony Silence. I guess this hand would be pretty awkward, but we have a few outs to that. Mystic Gate. Chalice I want to be pretty annoying here, but we already have the Tron, I guess. Spreading Seas. You got it. I understand. I get the gist of this game. I get it. All right. Power plant. That sucks. Sure. Make it green. Draw. Karn. Play Star. Play land. Make it green. Draw a card. Ugin. Play Star. Say go. So we can work our way up to an O-Stone. We've got some boomers in hand. They're going to untap and let us keep going here. Sure. Make a green. Draw. Sylvan Scrying. We can offer a Sylvan Scrying to them, see if they'll counter it or not. Play Sylvan Scrying. We're going to get a Urza's Mine to replace the one we lost. Play Sphere. Think they're locked in on drawing 2 here? No, nothing. Okay. Well, Tron next turn. Unless they want to spread some seas. Global warming. I mean, it's a real problem. It's a real problem. All right, so that's that. They don't have a land drop here. I can resolve my... All right, they do. All right, so we want to be a little closer to the vest with our O-Stone, I think. So Kozilek, Butcher of Truth. That's a boomer. All right, so make green, draw a card. It's a Wilt. Unfortunately, there's a nothing, actually, because we have 2 Urza's Mines both under Spreading Seas, so Wilt doesn't really do much right now. I think we're just going to cast O-Stone. Nah, maybe just put the Jegantha into our hand. I'm sorry, Wilt is good here. Because we have... I just screwed up. I don't know what I was thinking. I think I was thinking that, like, if Spreading Seas is like an Alpine Moon naming Urza's Mine, I just screwed up. That was bad. I could have drawn this turn. That sucks. Okay, I mean, they have Counterspell, obviously that's still going to answer it, but we don't have any more greens. Kind of have to cast this now. That was a big mistake. That's okay. Sure. So we'll cast Wilt on one of these. I'll probably just Counterspell it, and then we'll just live our life from that point on. No, it resolves. All right. So Tron is online, but I unfortunately didn't play the right land. I could have gotten Jegantha or played O-Stone this turn. Bit of a boo-boo. It's okay. I own my mistakes. They're mine. They're mine and no one else's. They play Teferi here. It's a little gross, but... Okay, so they have the Teferi into Counterspell most likely. But we have 2, 4, 6, 7. We have Karn and O-Stones. Like I was saying, O-Stone's really cool because you can lead with the O-Stone, and if they don't counter it, you can just pop it. If they do counter it, you play Karn. So play Tron, tap 3, play O-Stone. And they almost have to counter this because killing Spreading Seas and Teferi is really good here. Exactly. Dotan's Veto, sure. Then we just pop off the old Karnsky. Easy game. No Force Negation. A little lucky for us. Didn't see any forces in game 1. Which is kind of interesting, honestly. But if we had seen force in game 1, we might have just played like a Wurmcoil there. But it's definitely a lot worse. It's definitely a lot worse. Spreading Seas, you got it. I mean, now I actually have Karn in play, so I can just exile one of these Spreading Seas. All right. Gonna repop us here. We could also just like plus Karn, just like keep playing normal Magic. We drew out Expedition map, which is honestly a way to keep going here. I don't really hate that. Let's start with map and see what they do. If they had Cryptic here, it'd be disgusting. Counter bounce Karn, but we haven't seen a Cryptic all match, so that card's a little outdated. Play map. Cool. We get a mine. We have 7 mana available. Yeah, we're just gonna go up on this Karn. Exile a card from your hand. They exile an island. Okay. And then we're going to map. Get an Urza's Mine. Play the Urza's Mine. Have 7 mana available. And think we're fine just playing the old Wurmcoil. Counter it, whatever. We got boomers. We got boomers for days. Your turn. Your turn. And honestly, their ability to remove Karn is pretty limited. It's mostly just a Fairy Tuck. So, 7 loyalty Karn is pretty big. It's pretty big. Fairy Time Raveler, sure. They could bounce Spreading Seas here and redeploy it onto a different Tron land. At this point, though, I think we already have a lot of good stuff in play, but and it's on the tower now. I think our opponent's in big trouble. I'm just gonna toss that one out there. All right, so we're going to minus on the Spreading Seas. Reassemble Tron. We have 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We have 13 mana now. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We can cast Ugin and Thragtusk, or we can cast Kozilek and draw 4. Also great. Let's just attack Teferi first. It's dead. I like just playing Kozilek here, honestly. Just like, let's see, we got 10 mana, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The Butcher of Truth, our little sideboard card for big grindy controlling matchups, and also a little hedge against mill. That's a match, folks. Tron beating control. All is right in the world. 2-0. All right, round 3. Jegantha versus Lurrus once again. And that's a stinker. That's a stinker. Can't produce turn 3 Tron. Mulligan. Easy heuristic. Easy heuristic. Mulligan 2. Now, one thing about Tron, if you read my articles on Tron in the past, is that Tron is not like poker. Full house is great in poker. A full house is terrible in Tron. You want to have one of each thing, not multiples of many things. So we're going to mulligan his hand as well. We want to mulligan to 6. We're going to 5. And our 5-carder is not great. Opponent keeps 6. They're on a Lurrus deck. Again, this hand cannot produce turn 3 Tron. We're on the draw with some spheres. It's tough because like they're Lurrus, but they could be a Thoughtseize deck. They could be a burn deck. They could be a mill deck. They could be so many different things as Lurrus. We're going to mulligan here. We're going to mulligan here. Go one more time. We're going to go for I'm sorry, on the play. I'm sorry, on the play. I apologize for on the play. I'm sorry. You know what? Being on the play, they can't counter the map. We don't know which one we want to get with it anyway, which is super annoying. I'm gonna keep. I feel like past Jim would have mulliganed this hand. And I don't know if that's I feel like maybe this hand's a mulligan, but we're going to discard one of the spheres, and we're going to discard either O-Stone or Ugin. I think I want to keep the Ugin. They both cost 8, but Ugin can't get Inquisitioned. It's a more powerful card also. So, all right. Part of the payoff here is that, like, even though we might have turn 4 Tron, we have the best turn 4 payoff. So, play tower, and we're going to lead on map. So you go. Awkward thing is if we don't draw a Tron land here, that we don't know what Tron land to get. But we can always use a star to filter a card and kind of go from there. Mishra's Bauble. A peek at their top card. Delta. Kraken. Steam Vents. Ragavan. Boo. Sure. Untap. And they draw a card. We draw a card. There we go. Easy game. Easy game. All right. So, pass the turn ski. So they, they could be a shadow deck. Just they have a Thoughtseize also. All right, so we're going to be in the spot where we're playing off the top with Tron in play, which is not a bad place to be, honestly. It's not a bad place to be at all. Fire up the Ragavan. Yada, yada, yada. Do the thing. They're going to exile a Urza's Power Plant. That's all we're looking for, I guess. So And then we're going to see a post-combat. All right, so basically their best possible draw for the most part. You know, turn on Ragavan, turn to Thoughtseize is pretty awesome. So we'll see if we can't power through. We need a power plant to power through. Untap and draw a Wurmcoil Engine. Easy game. Could have Counterspell here, but whatever. Honestly. Here it is. Resolves. Easy game. Nice monkey. Wurmcoil, of course, pretty hard to deal with from the Grixis colors. Deal with cleanly, we'll say. So mulligan at 5. They thought seized us. Still turn 3 Tron as well as a Wurmcoil Engine. A little lucky, you know, as far as like finding the other Tron land, but this has been turn 4, wouldn't have been that bad either. Expressive Iteration fired off with the Swamp in play, sure. And they got some work to do, because not only do we have a Wurmcoil in play, we just have Tron in play. We have a draw off of our Star. Worst case scenario, we're playing Jegantha next turn. But Jegantha, honestly, is pretty good, because you can't Fatal Push it, you can't Lightning Bolt it. They're going to Crocs our last card. That's like kind of annoying, but sure. So we're at 15. We untap. Now it's a little harder to Jegantha. Never mind, we're good to go. Pop this on green and draw. Yeah, a lot of big draws here. Just an Urza's Tower. So we're going to play this. Put Jegantha to our hand. And cast it. Probably should have attacked first, but whatever. I don't think they're blocking anyway, so. There's that. There's this. GLHF. GLHF opponent. They're at 7. We're at 21. Now, they are a shadow deck. We just turn their shadows on. But, alright, sure. But we still have our Wurmcoil ready to roll. Again, we're playing off the top with, 11 and 12 mana in play. No green, which is a little annoying, but untap and draw a Relic of Progenitus. Pretty good draw, honestly. Pretty good draw. Question being, do I want to play this first or want to attack first? I think we're going to play this first. We can draw a way to kill the shadow. We can go on from there. So, play Relic. They have a drown. They got to use it now. They're not going to, so exile a card to start, and we'll pop it off. Relic's really good. Being able to main deck Relic is so great. Pop the Relic, and we draw another power plant. So, not amazing. We get to attack with Wurmcoil here. They can trade if they want to. I guess they could, like, in theory, bolt. That doesn't matter. They can, like, bolt themselves, but they have Death Touch anyway. So, here comes Wurmcoil Engine. This could make Shadow at 12-12. But even if they have, like, Team or Battle Rage, we're going to be above 24. So, feel pretty good about Wurmcoil here. They could, in theory, like, block a Ragavan and, like, kill it so we don't gain life or something like that. But we're at 21. That doesn't really matter too much. So, we're going to see a Dress Down. That's actually really, really good. Did not play around Dress Down. So they get a 13-13, and our Wurmcoil is now only a 6-6. This is just 2 mana to kill our Wurmcoil. That's actually really, really good for them. I did not see that coming. I'm not going to lie. That was actually completely insane. So, okay. So the shadow still dies. This is a really weird card. So it became a 13-13, but at the end step, the Dress Down gets sacrificed, and it goes back to being a 6-6 with 6 damage on it. The Death Touch didn't matter, but the damage matters. It was exactly a 6-6. So that's really good for us. So now we still have time. Ragavan, they play a Darcy. They have an enchantment and a creature in the graveyard, so we're pretty close to doing that. We're out. We got nothing left. So we got to find another boomer here, but Jegantha holds the fort well enough for the moment, and we have a lot of life to work with. That was a weird turn. Very weird card. Dress Down. Play a fetch land. Play a shadow. It's pretty good. So their hand's still really, really good. Now we're just drawing to a boomer. All right. Boomer. Map. I mean, we can go get a Saga, I guess. Sure. I'm sorry. We can get an a blast zone. That was actually insane. All right, blast it up. Blast off. Boom. Blast Zone is nice. They are going to, in response, cast Fatal Push, targeting their own creature, just to get a little scry on. And Jegantha's going to rumble into the red zone here. That's dead. This is dead. Here comes the Elk. Puts them to effectively 1 with their fetch land in play. They want to use it, of course. And again, kind of hard to kill. You know, Fatal Push. They had the Fatal Push. They couldn't kill Jegantha. Jegantha's great. They go to 1. And they're going to cast... put the Lurrus in their hand. Play a tap land. And they probably have Unholy Heat here. Yeah, okay. So, once again, we're playing off the top. 21-1. Any boomers? That's a boomer. That's a boomer. Of course, our deck is mostly boomers and redraws. So, the only thing we don't have access to right now is green. So, Ancient Stirrings wouldn't be a good draw. But everything else is good. Map, Star, Map, you know, any Sphere, any big boomer. They play Lurrus. They can play a very large Shadow here, which I guess they can keep playing over and over again. So we're not like completely out of the woods yet, but you know, if the game stalemates a bit, we should have more Wurmcoils. Cool. So we attack here. They already have their Shadow in the graveyard, so they're gonna cast that anyway. So might as well just trade off here. We also want to go wide too, so we can attack them for lethal next turn. So kill that, make some tokens. Now we're at 27. How about another Wurmcoil Engine? Huh? How about another one? Is that cool with you? Now what? Now what, opponent? One black, recast Shadow. It's 12-12. And they have an iteration. It's a little weird to cast the Shadow before the iteration, but sure. They find a Ragavan. That's fine. Alright. Play land, say go. We get to attack in again with our Death Touchers, force some blocks. We draw Forest. I mean, Forest honestly isn't that bad because it opens up Sanctum. I mean, not Sanctum. Sylvan Scrying and Ancient Stirring is out too. So now we're drawing to almost our entire deck, but Tron lands. We're gonna attack with our Death Touchers. They need to chump with Ragavan, and then probably the Shadow also. We're also going up to like a lot of life here, so even though they have a 12-12 in play. Gonna trade again, sure. Gonna chump block, sure. So we're still treading water a little bit because Lurrus is kind of a stupid card, but we are sufficiently wide now, and they are at 1 life. Lifelink on Lurrus can keep them alive a little bit, but they have 2 cards in hand. Obviously, a card like Kolaghan's Command would be kind of annoying here as far as like buying time. This card's so dumb. I don't know why this card's still legal. Another iteration? Alright. Alright. A lot of good cards in his deck. Let's see what this one turns up. An Inquisition of Kozilek. That's not too good. That's not too good. Play a Shadow. As it stands, we have lethal. We attack with everything. And of course, we're just drawing to all of our deck but lands, basically. So... two cards in hand. If one of them is Kolaghan's Command, you know, they do turn the corner pretty fast, obviously, here with this 12-12 Death Shadow. Although, funny enough, the Lurrus is going to have to block here, or may die. So, playing position, go for a Scry. They keep the card on top, so not ideal. They are, now they're not dead. We draw Sylvan Scrying. So, we already used our Blast Zone, unfortunately. This can get Urza Saga, which is, you know, better than nothing for sure. Yeah, so attack with everything. Everything blocks. They have to block with Lurrus. We're going to lose some things here, but we're going to be able to kill all their things but Shadow. Gain a bunch of life. Their last card is another Heat. Things, I suppose, get a little awkward, but Lurrus has to block here, and killing Lurrus is a huge factor. So put them at 1 still, because they gain a life back from Lurrus. We go to 39 life, which is a lot of life. They have a 12-12 in play, but, you know, 39's a lot. And we're going to get Saga here and just play it. So now we have a little more juice. Saga can, of course, find a Chromatic Star or whatever, which can draw another card too. So They have a 12 to play, which is obviously an insane clock, but we're just at 39. So, and now their lures is gone, so their engine's gone too. They see me Tron. Another iteration? Jesus. All right. That's, you know, probably the best top deck. I guess Cole against Command might be a little bit better, but they find a Ragavan, sure. The Croxy here. Nope, Ragavan. They're going to dash Ragavan. They're going to get in here. Ragavan, you know, our cards aren't super useful for them. You know, Sylvan Scrying, not the most useful card for the Shadow deck. Let's see what they find here. Best hit. And here comes the Shadow, too. Okay. So I'm going to get it for 14 and exile a Chromatic Sphere. The best possible hit, honestly. The Spheres and the Stars. They just cantrip. So they have 2 cards in hand. Play the Sphere. I mean, they obviously must have an answer. Must have an answer to this Worm token. Crack for red. Sure, Unholy Heat. All right. Well, the race is on. We've got a couple turns here to find an answer to this Boomer. Obviously, we can just block the Shadow, too. So we draw a Karn. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Deck's full of Boomers. What do you expect, you know? So, I am Karn. We're going to minus here on the Shadow. And I'll be pretty impressed if they can find their way out of this one. And even if we didn't draw anything there, we still get to Saga, make a token, block Shadow. Next turn, make a token, search up a sphere, draw a card. So anything else? Gonna keep playing. All right, here's a dash. They would have 7 mana. They could like cast their own Karn in theory. I'm just gonna block this Ragavan or attempt to with my Saga token. Attacking Karn? Yeah, we'll defend. Or attempt to defend. 1 Karn Struct. Looking to block. Not going to be able to block. Cole against Command. Great draw. All right. So Ragavan knocks Karn down a notch. They get back another Shadow. Sure. No. Okay, Command. I'm sorry, they shocked the Karn to make sure Karn was gone forever. Okay. We draw an Ancient Stirrings, a great draw, as most of our draws are at this point in the game. Make token. Go find ourselves a... I guess Relic's pretty good here, too. It's a cantrip also. You know, get Relic. Relic is sweet. Fire up Stirrings. Stirring says... Boomer. Any boomers? Any boom booms? Not really. Just an Oblivion Stone, but it's obviously just more insurance as far as buying time. Ship those. We're going to tap 4. Yeah, tap 4. We'll pop the Relic too. Pop Relic. Draw a card. We get a Chromatic Star. Okay. Fire up the Star. Make it green. As I said, every card's a redraw at this point, so for the most part. Thragdaddy? Sure. I could buy a Thragtusk. Gain some life. Go up to 30 life. Just play the whole hand out. Here you go. That's my stuff. Your turn. GLHF. Once again, we are 30-1. End step. Drown the Lock, the Karn Struct. All right, they are, I mean, our opponent's a trooper. I'm going to say our opponent's a trooper. They are really slogging it out here. Most Magic players are going to throw in the towel at this point, but they are just going to keep on battling. There's a Ragavan. All right, draw your card up, Bobble. You draw for turn. It's a miss. Again, our lands are only real misses, and only are like, 17 lands of a deck that are misses. So, that's including the ones that we've already played. So, most of our deck is live here, but all right. So we just say go. Can fate counter our Thragtusk, our old bordered Thragtusk. Love it. Love it. Dress down. I mean, if they have like a Terminate to kill the Thragtusk, I suppose that this is a way to cleanly kill Thragtusk. Text on Thragtusk. Can't remove a flavor text. Always carry 2 spears. You can't remove the flavor text. They have it. Wow. No? Okay. I mean, the thing is, like, even if they have a Terminate there, it's still 30-1, and we're drawing to a bunch of heaters, you know? So, all right. So, let's take a look here, and let's bring these cards over here. Looking, we're interested to bring in what? More Thragtusk. Always more Thragtusk. Gutshot is our, like, anti-Ragavan-y card. It's against Ragavan and Darcy early. It's not good against Thoughtseize, though, because it's a pretty individually weak card, obviously. Might be interested. We'll see. And then Veil of Summer, not super interested in that. They don't have that many counterspells. Bad against Thoughtseize. It's hard to leave up. Yeah, only cards I'm considering here are Gutshot and Thragtusk. And as far as cards that can come out, Relics are really, really good. You want to keep those. I mean, Oblivion Stone is only fine. They often have like one big thing in play. Wurmcoil, Karn, Ugin. Kind of just want everything, honestly. Like, I mean, Oblivion Stone for a Thragtusk. We're on the draw. I kind of like Gutshot on the draw. I'm not gonna lie. Just like being able to kill that turn on Ragavan is just like pretty awesome. Relic is great. Saga's good. Blast Zone's good. Could like cut a forest. Because they're not going to be blood mooning us most likely or attacking our lands in any way. And the deck only really needs like 18 lands to function on the draw, especially. I'm not going to forest. Bring in the Gutshots. Now let's shave maybe Ulamog, just as the card that like is the by far the most expensive. You know, throwing a bunch of Thragtusk and Wurmcoils at him is pretty good. Ugin's pretty great. Karn's pretty good. It could be an O-Stone also, but I kind of just like how O-Stone's kind of cheap, honestly. They could have Alpine Moon also. So, like, I think operating without Tron is certainly a possibility. So, having ways to deal with that is kind of appealing. Thragtusk, sort of. Maybe the O-Stone's pretty good, actually. It's a hedge against Alpine Moon. I think this is fine. Let's do this. You know, if they have Alpine Moon, they might probably have like 1 or 2. It's good anti-Urza Saga tech. But gives us green anyway. Hardcasting Thragtusk is fine too. So we'll see. We'll see. I think with the Gutshots here, you know, I think a fast Ragavan draw backed up by Alpine Moon is definitely a way they can get us. So the Gutshots help a little bit in that regard. Game 2. Up a game. Hello, opponent. Want to remind y'all, of course, there's a written article, companion article to this video on CoolStuffInc.com. As always, I do a full article on Friday and a written article, video article on Monday. As always, lots of cool stuff coming up. 10 new brews for Kamigawa and Neon Dynasty coming up. My set reviews are already on YouTube. Look for that one. Lots of content, lots of good stuff happening. Opponent keeps 7. Our hand's pretty bad. Does not produce turn 3 Tron. Just kind of has some junky stuff in it. We're gonna mulligan this. Gonna go down to 2 towers, Sauron and Saruman. This hand has the Gutshot, but the lands aren't there at all. No colors. Gonna mulligan again. And that one's pretty bad too. All right, so a little unlucky here. We're going to 4. Not even like remotely keepable hands. Obviously, if you're like Jim, you can go to 4 or take your 7 back. I would take the 7 back, but gonna mulligan here. Is what it is. All right, how about 3? Just non-functional hands. 3 it is. 3 it is. Goodbye. Goodbye. Is it Karn or Wurmcoil is the card we keep? I think it's... On 3 on the draw. I think it's Wurmcoil over Karn. All right, 3 cards. Let's go. Don't Thoughtseize me, bruh. Leave me alone. You draw Tron land, we got turn 3 Wurmcoil. Sorry I'm mulligan so much, you know? Don't need much. You don't need that many cards. You need the right cards. All right, obviously. So we got a long way to go here, folks. Start with 2 cards. I'd be surprised if they had Ragavan. They just wanted to cast Aussies, which is definitely the right play, I think. So, all right. That's okay. We can go to game 3 here. It's not a big deal. Every once in a while, you're just going to a mulligan to Oblivion. Just going to happen. Steam Vents. Shock it in. They're already at 12. Jesus. Turn 2 Shadow. It's gross. Pretty good hand from them. We draw Forest. Cast Stirrings. Our choices are only Ugin and Wurmcoil. See, this is just good planning. If you're gonna get unlucky in a game Magic, you want to get all the unluck out in one game. Because you just put you're gonna lose that game anyway. So get all the unluck out in that game, and then save the good luck for later. So that's fine. This game's gonna be over shortly. We'll be going to our next game. Opponent's shocking down, casting baubles, looking at our top card. I'm going to guess our top card is an Urza's Tower. That's my guess. That's my guess. I'm sticking to it. Tap 3. Lurrus to hand. Get in for 6. Yada, yada, yada. And we draw Blast Zone. I mean, we have to keep playing. All right, go. Oh, shit. I didn't put Jegantha. I'm just going to see. We're not going to win this game. All right. That's fine. They have Lurrus. Even if we draw line for Blast Zone, like, they just have Lurrus anyway, and whatever. Just going to go to the next game. Their hands juiced. So, game 3, no problem. Now we're back on the play. I'm a little more interested in cutting these gut shots on the play. Bring that Forest back in, maybe. I don't know if that's even necessary, honestly. Yeah, this is fine. I'm just going to leave it here. I think the 3-0 stones is fine. I can see bring the Forest back in for 1 gut shot. Just having 1. He's like, you do only want to draw 1. You never want to draw a second gut shot, ever. It's just the kind of card where if it's your opening hand, it's good. And then that's fine. But, all right, on the play. Jegantha, I choose you. And we've got a great hand. We got a Keepsker. Keeping 7. Tron keeps 7. Be scared. Be very afraid. So, turn 1 map. On the draw of his hand, be sketchier because they get Thoughtseize my map, but they can't, obviously. So, Delta. Crack it. Steam Vents. Monkey. Darcy, even better. Great. Even better. Oh, man. Or we'll just draw Natty Tron. That works too, I guess. Now we're going to get a green or Blast Zone. Play land Saga. It's either Blast Zone or a Forest. Making up for last game. That's what I was saying. You just got to space it out. You mulligan to 2 in one game, and you draw a good 7 next game. They're going to Thoughtseize us. This is obviously going to resolve. They can Surveil. What they take here will determine a bit about what we get. Take our Wurmcoil Engine. Okay. And they're attack for 1. That's the best you can do. All right, so we're getting a Forest here, I think. We don't actually have a play next turn. Yeah, I think Forest is fine. Let's just get the Thragtusk in the equation. So Snook up first. Untap and draw. Karn Liberated. Hello, buddy. How are you today? That's our castable. We're jamming it. Spell Pierce me all day. What do you got for me? Wow, they had the Spell Pierce. Okay, sure. You got me. That's fair. That's fair. I asked for it. I did ask for it. They've been to Crocs at 2. Lucky. Lucky. All right. More boomers to play. Now next turn we have Ugin, or we have Thragtusk and Oblivion Stone, the old double spell, like I was saying. That Spell Pierce gave them Delirium for a Channeler. Out of the Thoughtseize. All right, so this is about as good as it gets for them. Double Thoughtseize, Spell Pierce, and a creature. Still got plenty of boomers in hand. Take the Ugin. Okay. They can't really play another threat here because I have the O-Stone. They go to 9. Or can other dash? Sure, that makes sense. So dash it in, get him for 5. Make a treasure and hit my Chromatic Sphere. Cute. And are they going to cast a sphere or are they going to leave the treasure mana up? Gonna cast it. Okay. They have 2 cards left. Obviously, if we O-Stone, we can kill the Sphere and the Darcy. And they have a Ragavan in hand and 2 other cards. We can also just play Thragtusk that I can't even block. I think I like just O-Stoning right now. So they can't draw the card of a Sphere. Which O-Stone right now. And then we have Thragtusk and Jegantha left over, as well as the cards off the top of our deck. And as we've seen before, the cards off the top of our deck are pretty good. They do have Kroxa lined up, which is kind of annoying. So I can see. I guess they're also just at 9. Maybe we just play Thragtusk and try and kill them and save O-Stone for later. I should like that better. Let's freaking kill them. Play Thragtusk. We get a 19. They're at 9. Put Jegantha in hand. Just say go. Force them to add more to the board. Like if they go land Kroxa here, it's actually like pretty chunky if I already used my Oblivion Stone, but they dump their entire graveyard. They Kroxa, we just kill it. And again, like, the longer the game goes, the better it is for us. We're drawing heaters, again, almost every turn. They can't break up Tron. So our only bricks are essentially lands that aren't Urza Saga or Blast Zone. You know, so we have what? We have 8 Tron lands, 3 forests, and a Sanctum of Ugin. So that's, you know, we have 12 bricks, and everything else in our deck is a redraw or a bomb. So cast iteration, bin to land. And again, Thragtusk is currently lethal in 2 swings. So they find an Unholy Heat. Alright, that's fine. I can heat my my Thragtusk. Still got a 3/3. They have 3 cards left. They fetch down to the swamp. Play Shadow. Alright, this is great. So they have 2 cards left. They have a Ragavan and a card. We draw a Relic of Progenitus. That was an awesome draw. That was an awesome draw. So we are going to O-Stone here. Are we going to attack first? Attacking first, obviously they can just block, but it gives them the option if they want to be at a lower level for future shadows, they can do that. Given that Shadow's currently at 5/5, I think we just don't attack. Again, I don't want to give them the option to be at 5 and have 8/8 shadows because I have a 5/5 currently. So the next shadow will be pretty good. So we're just going to O-Stone here. We're going to pop it. We're going to play Relic, and then we're going to pop it. Pop it, and then play Relic, and then pop it. Now they've got a Ragavan and not much else. So you have Jegantha ready to go. And just pop this, draw, Sanctum of Ugin. All right. So they have Ragavan and a card. They also have a Lurrus available with no cards in the graveyard, obviously. So they can dash here, but we've got a bajillion mana and a 5/5. It's hard to kill. Can't push it, can't heat it. Dash Ragavan, sure. They've hit pretty well at Ragavan against us. The Stars and Spheres are the best hits for them because we can actually use them. This time they hit an Urza's Power Plant, sure. Down to 14. But Lurrus in hand, probably. No, Kroxa. We're going to up the Sanctum of Ugin here. Obviously, we draw a Boomer. I think we're all right anyway. We don't need to have Sanctum. And just having the Jegantha in play is pretty good. So, or Thragtusk, that works too. Thragfather, come on down. They can get Lurrus going. They can like recast Kroxa a few times, but I think we're pretty good in this spot. They're going to play Ragavan. And they're going to put Lurrus to hand. Sure. We draw Urza's Tower, so we jam. We jam. We Jegantha. Just play the land in case they want to play Kroxa. Off the Lurrus, something like that. Just like, whatever. Let's play our land. Only thing bad about playing the land is it turns Kolaghan's Command in the draw step into a like a Thoughtseize. but they're so low they have to deal with the board right now. They can't really afford to do that. So they're going to bobble. Look at my top card. Hopefully it's something good. And they're going to play a Lurrus and play a Chump Blocker, most likely. And then we just got Jegantha and Thragtusk rumbling in the red zone, just waiting for us to buy it to find a new boomer to play. Again, we're drawing to almost our entire deck, but our actual lands. That's a good one. That's a good one. All right, Wurmcoil Map Star, pretty easy Wurmcoil. And now they've seen it already, we'll just cast it and get in, and I think that's going to wrap things up here. Get them. All right, so Chump, take 5. They're at 3, and they've got a long way to go. A long way to go once again. They have Unholy Heat, sure. So they've killed the Thragtusk, and now I have a Beast. And they're again almost out of cards. Can recast the Bobble or the Ragavan, sure. And you gotta find a way out here. I have 3 lethal threats. Of course, Lurrus can block and gain some life. Why does Lurrus have lifelink? That's ridiculous. The card wasn't good enough already, you know? And we draw a card. Luckily, we draw a card too. It's a Chromatic Star. We can start there. Something like Drown the Lock, maybe. One of the few things that Drown the Lock can actually counter. I'm going to guess they have Drown, and they're considering if they want to counter this or just hope that I break and kill a beast. Okay. Fired up. How about a redraw? Do it again. Do it again. Making green. Off of colorless. Sylvan Scrying. Cast Sylvan Scrying. Blast Zone here. I mean, it is theoretically lethal, but I think not worth it. We just get Urza Saga. Attack with everything. They're going to drown. Cool. So, good read. Kill that. Double block. Now their Lurrus is dead. Again, another pretty precarious spot for our opponent to be in. Tron's pretty good at putting players in pretty bad spots. So 3-0. We'll take it. Rocking and rolling here. Deal with it. All right, round 4, Lurrus once again. Jegantha v. Lurrus, and this hand is not good. This hand is not very good at producing a Tron on turn 3, so we're going to mulligan this one. Mulligan down to Mine, Power Plant, Relic, Stirrings, and some Boomers. Not really good. Opponent mulligans also. We are on the play this game. We are on the play. Relic does tend to be good against a lot of Lurrus decks. As far as buying time, this hand is like pretty good against a Darcy on turn 1. Pretty awful against a Ragavan. Probably gonna just mulligan here. If I knew Relic was gonna be really, really good against them, we can keep Relic. It's obviously should just be Hammer Time. It could be Burn. It could be a million things. We're gonna mulligan here. Ugh. Gross. We're currently on 5. This one's close. Turn 1 Power Plant Sphere Scrying is not the end of the world. Probably want to keep like the Wurmcoil. Keep these 5 cards. So we have if we don't draw the Tron land off of the Sphere or our draw step, we can just play Blast Zone, I guess, which is not the best. But opponent's on 6. We're on the play. I think we're going to keep here rather than go to 4. I think this is close enough. We have the Power Plant. We have 2 draws at a Tron land and the Scrying. So we're going to keep this. Ship X the Scrying. Skip Thragtusk because we're not guaranteed to have green. And this is all right. Fire up Sphere and Power Plant. And so you go. Amazing the Monkey. What a name. Watery Grave. Thoughtseize. All right, sure. So, makes our hand a lot worse, but what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Usually when you mulligan, your Thoughtseizes are pretty good against you. So, we draw a map, and that's pretty sweet, actually. Now, I think I would like... See, it's awkward because we kind of want to draw a card, have a shot at drawing a Tron land off our sphere, but also a shot to play a land drop. It's not Blast Zone, but it's our only green source. That being said, I think I still want to do it. Pop for green, draw another map. All right, so we have map. So we have a very, very slow Tron here, but thankfully they aren't doing much either, so... A very slow Tron. And then Blast Zone's not a bad insurance policy either, honestly, you know. Might make them pump the brakes a little bit. All right, they play Ragavan, sure. We untap and draw a Relic. That's not bad. All right, so map it. We're going to get a Urza's Mine. You always want to get Tower last because you want to use your non-tower lands to get Tron. Because you have to tap all your lands to get Tron. You want your last land to tap for 3, not 2. So get a Mine, play the Mine, play Relic. And Relic's a nice little bit of insurance here against some of the things they're capable of. No current answer to Ragavan, of course, but Relic, Sego. Lurrus, every round. Surprised to see Lurrus still legal in the format, honestly. I think MTG Goldfish posted like a metagame breakdown that was Lurrus decks are almost 40% of the metagame. There are like a dozen different Lurrus decks, but the soft ban on cards with mana cost 3 or greater is kind of annoying. Companion in general kind of just a failed experiment. A nice mountain. Love the mountain. Love it. So they have a Lurrus in their hand. We untap. We draw a Sanctum of Ugin. It's a pretty bad draw so far, but that's okay. That's okay. We're going to tap the Blast Zone and the Urza's Mine. Wait. Actually, I'm sorry. I want to have the ability to Blast Zone if necessary. I doubt we're going to do it, but just having the ability is reasonable. Let's tap these two, map for Tower. As we can see, now we have Tower and Blast Zone. This is why you get Tower last, a very good example of that. So get Tower, play it. I don't want to pop Blast Zone because I have the Relic in play, obviously, and I want to keep that Relic, but the threat of popping Blast Zone is at least reasonable enough to maybe slow them down a little bit. Not going to pop it here. They can take 2. And again, most of the cards they can hit aren't going to be great, so they hit a Urza's Power Plant, sure. And now next turn, we get the old Wurmcoil. Relic turns off Drown the Lock. Don't think they'll have an answer to Wurmcoil here, aside from just like having... all right, cool. Yep, sure. This opponent, much different than our last Shadow opponent. Our last Shadow opponent literally grounded out till the bitter end. This opponent knows what the writing's on the wall here. Once Wurmcoil resolves, it's pretty hard for them to win. And we have Relic in play and everything else. So we appreciate that. We appreciate that as far as brevity goes. So we're going to bring in, same as last time, the Thragtusk and 2 Gutshots. And I'm going to bring in these 3. We were on the draw last time. We shaved a Forest, shaved an O-Stone. And we shaved the Ulamog too, just a little resilience against Alpine Moon. So that works for me. Pretty happy here. Alpine Moon, like a lot of the Tron hate, doesn't actually kill your lands. So you can just cast your 5 drops. And this time they spend casting it as a thing. There's Lurrus, and there's this. And sure, you can keep this. Little natural Tron action. Happens sometimes. Not honestly like a great hand. We're not really doing anything else, but Saga's not a bad backup plan if like double Thoughtseize us. So again, an matchup like this where your opponent is playing a fair deck and they can't really break up Tron too well. Just getting to Tron is the important part. You'll eventually draw things that to do with it. You know, the deck's full of plenty of payoffs. So Blood Crypt, Thoughtseize, or Ragavan. Alpine Moon, sure. So Alpine Moon naming. Which one are you gonna name? Versus Tower, sure. So we'll lead on Tower, and now we get to Stirrings. Thanks, opponent. Appreciate that. That was very kind of you. Didn't have any green, now I do. Unfortunately, that's That's a stirrings. Gut shot, Wurmcoil Tower. I mean, taking this spell, you don't really need another land. So we got a ways to go here. But again, they didn't play a 1-drop, so that's good for us. We have time. Still time to get things going. Probably going to Saga on 2 and get the Saga tokens going. Another Alpine Moon. I mean, this one, if it names Urza Saga, things get a little... I might name Blast Zone, actually. All right, sure. All right, so... But again, this is what I was saying, where these things don't actually kill the lands, and my opponent hasn't actually done anything yet. So now it's turn 3. They have no pressure in play, and I have time to just draw and cast my spells. So here's an Urza Saga. We say go. Next turn, make a token. Make some land drops. Whatever. You know, we'll get there eventually. And this isn't even a hard lock, because we can just O-Stone, blow these up too. We have time to do that. You know, if they give us time, we can just hard cast O-Stone and pop it for 5, you know. Here's Darcy. Only have lands in the graveyard. Untap and draw. Sanctum. All right. I mean, honestly, a pretty bad draw for us, but we are going to lose the Saga, I guess, which is kind of a downside. But yeah, it's kind of a tilt, actually. So playing Saga here, like, is very bad against, like, the casting stuff into Alpine Moon plan, but good in, like, the grindy plan. We can get a Relic off the Saga, too, and actually I think buys a lot of time. So, would have been bad if they played a Shadow or some, like, non-graveyard threat, like a Ragavan. I say it also blocks. It's only bad against Shadow, I guess, because it can block Ragavan as well, so they're going to attempt to attack here. That means they almost assuredly have a removal spell. I don't want them to cast that yet. So this is fine. Just take 1. Otherwise, they can possibly scry into a Delirium or something like that. So just chill. Take 1, whatever. Make Karn Struct. Probably going to kill it. Which is fine. Go. You got a Relic. There you go. Says Unholy Heat. Sure. Scry. They keep the card on top. My water's gone. Oh, no. Untap and draw an Ugin, another boomer. And we're just going to make a token here. Yeah, just make a token, get a relic. So make token. Resolve Urza Saga. And get a relic. And we're going to play, I'll complete our Tron. Play this. Relicia and just say go. So we have a lot of time. A lot of time. Next turn's O-Stone. The turn after is blow O-Stone. That would unlock our Tron. And then if they have a way to stop that, we just start casting Wurmcoils for 6 mana. Which is fine. Yep, you got time. Black and blue. For Drown the Lock on the poor Construct. Okay. You got it. Gonna bin a Drown. Relic is just really good against them. They have instant land. That is not Delirium. In case you were wondering, it's not how Delirium works. Only 2 cards left also. This is the kind of thing, like, so they drew both Alpine Moons, but, like, because they drew Alpine Moons, they didn't draw other stuff, you know? They have a Shadow here. Nope. A post-combat Ragavan. Sure. All right, they have 1 card left. We are going to, we're going to untap here. And we're going to play a Tron land. And we are going to play an Oblivion Stone. And now we can pop the O-Stone next turn. We have Relic as well. They have like a K command or something like that here. It could be a little annoying. But again, we're like pretty close to just hard casting Wurmcoils anyway. So here come the clowns. Just Relic in. Usually you want a Relic like first things first, so they have less options. Probably should Relic on my turn, honestly. Usually want a Relic before they can do anything. So they reveal a Sylvan Scrying. So if they'd like to cast my Sylvan Scrying, they are more than welcome to. More than welcome to. Part of the allure here is that none of our cards are good in their deck. They can Thoughtseize all they want here as well. Our hand is pretty redundant. It is a bunch of idiots. But it's a lot of idiots. It's not a idiot, it's a bunch of idiots. So you can Thoughtseize all you want. 1 card left in hand. And a concession. So much different than our last Shadow opponent. The writing on the wall here for sure. Once O-Stone blows, All of our stuff's gone. Tron unlocks. A relic their graveyard. They got nothing. They got nothing. 4-0. All right, round number 5. 4-0 on the play. Playing for the trophy. Let's do this. Let's do this. Opponent is also playing Lurrus. Weird. Who would have thought that would happen? Who would have thought that would happen? All right, so we have a one-lander with double sphere map scrying Thragtusk Ulamog. So I had like this is close. We have turn 1 sphere, and then we get to crack for green. We have 2 looks at a land. A Tron land is a perfect hand. Any land is fine. We can guess scrying. If we miss, we can play the star. But I think we're still gonna. I don't think this is good enough. We also only have Thragtusk and Ulamog, so our payoff isn't really there. If that was like Wurmcoil Karn, we're much more rolled up. Yeah, we're not gonna keep this hand. This hand's a little too risky. I think on the draw it's a little better also, but we're gonna mulligan. We're gonna mulligan. All right, and mulligan into a much better hand. We've got 2 Tron lands, a Sphere, and a Stirring. Sphere and Stirring is phenomenal for putting things together. Also, Thrag Daddy and O-Stone. We're gonna keep this. We're gonna dump the Urza Saga. Keep this, dump Saga. And ready to rock and roll. Again, try and play your non-tower first. Chromatic Sphere. And rocking and rolling. What kind of Lurrus deck are you, opponent? What kind of Lurrus deck are you? Oh, a Mishra's Bauble Lurrus deck. Oh, yeah, one of those. That's the Lurrus deck they are. The Mishra's Bauble Lurrus deck. Looking at their top card. Sure. Companion. What were they thinking? What were they thinking? Do like how there were some of those, Neon Dynasty, cyberpunk elements in Invasion. There were mechs and stuff. All right, so Marsh Flats, Blood Crypt, Ragavan. Interesting. Marsh Flats, Blood Crypt. It's a little bit different than we've been experiencing so far. So, pop Sphere for green. Sylvan Scrying, sure. So we'll take the sure thing. Take the sure thing here. And we'll get ourselves the Urza's Mine we're looking for. No actual play next turn, which is a little annoying, but playing an O-Stone and putting Jegantha in hand could be worse for sure. Here comes Ragavan. Ragavan says Snow Covered Forest. And then Iteration. So this is just a shadow. A third shadow deck, sure. Sure. And they hit Mishra's Bauble, sure. Yada, yada, yada. Do a thing. Here's a Darcy. Here's a Bauble. Blah, blah, blah. We got an O-Stone. We'll mop all this up. Not a problem. They have a K command. We can still just draw land. So let me draw the Stirrings. A little awkward, but sure. Play O-Stone. Jegantha in hand. Say go. You are up, opponent. You are up. They have 7 cards in hand. Iteration's pretty good. Iteration's pretty good. 7 cards in hand, and they're going to fire up another iteration probably. Maybe. Wonder if a shadow opponent will be more or less like our first one or second one. They hit a Sphere. Again, good hit. Good hit. Opponents hit pretty well with Ragavan against us. Usually, again, the benefit of Ragavan against us is that most of our cards just suck for our opponent. So, they got a Bauble. They got a card off the Ragavan. Just 1 mana draw card, essentially. However, it looks like they might be saying go here, looking to just K-command our O-Stone, maybe? No? Yes? Maybe? Go? Something? Shocking. Bobbin. Or Sphering. They bin a Ragavan off the Surveil. They pop for black. Cast Autsies. Sure. I mean, our hand is honestly not great. Second O Stone, probably the best card in our hand, because the other cards aren't castable yet, but we're drawing hot, and then of course we just have any green source opens our hand up as well, so any sphere, star, forest, map, etc., etc. They're going to go to 10 here. Takes the O Stone as expected. And they're going to Kroxa, sure. So we'll discard probably Jegantha. This is a really good hand for them. Like, their hand couldn't get much better than this. Discard Jegantha. I think Stirrings is a higher upside card. Thragtusk is just the same thing as Jegantha, but just a lot better. So, all right. Your turn. Untap and draw a green card. Sure. Stay go. Question is, are we gonna let the Ragavan and Channeler hit us? I think we are. If I pop O-Stone here, I may just go land Crocs if it kills us really fast. So let's take the 3 here. Or 4, whatever, 5, whatever it is. Just take it. Ragavan hits. Don't care about that. They hit another Sylvan Scrying, sure. And we can end step pop the O-Stone always. Just wait again, honestly. Play Watergrave. Shock it in. Go to 8. Can't really deploy anything else. 5 cards at hand. Play Iteration. Yada, yada, yada. Exile a Fatal Push. So that was a not too good iteration. Make a white, put Loris in. Sure. So we can open up that. Nope, that's their exile zone. Revealed card zone. End step, put a fate counter on our Oblivion Stone. Not going to pop it yet. And draw green source. Karn. Karn. Interesting. I mean, Karn minus on Channeler is certainly reasonable. They could, I mean, Unholy Heat would kill it, which they probably have, honestly. Karn plus is kind of interesting, but obviously we need to, I guess they could still Unholy Heat at that point then. It only goes to 10, but they can do 5 and then the Unholy Heat. I think we're Karn minus here. Just buy some time. Make them commit more to the O-Stone. I prefer to Wurmcoil, honestly, but I guess we could have also popped O-Stone, let them Kroxa, and then Karned. But I think this is fine. Yeah, looking to buy the most amount of time possible because all of our draws are so good. All right, so Ragavan gets in, hits a map, fire away. A lot to think about for them. Not much for us to think about. We have 4 uncastable cards, and we got a lot of mana. We got an O-Stone. Just chilling here, twiddling our thumbs. Tie game, 8-8. Ooh. Sacred Foundry. That was unexpected. Okay. They're going to play Channeler and play Map. Okay. So they have a 4-color Shadow. That doesn't make sense. You want to play Shockwave for Shadow anyway, so probably just playing Prismatic Ending also, which could make our O-Stone a liability here. Normally they couldn't really touch the O-Stone, but all right, so kill Karn, sure. Gonna say go here, probably with a drama lock up also. Chromatic Sphere. Let's find out. Let's find out. So we're gonna try to play a Sylvan Scrying off Chromatic Sphere for Forest. I'd imagine we're getting drowned here if I had to get. Oh, actually, I screwed up there. I tapped wrong. Because if I counted that, I'd have to O-Stone now. Which is probably fine, I guess. But all right, I'm making green. Draw another Sphere. Huh. Interesting. Blast Zone's pretty good here too, honestly. Let's cast Sylvan Scrying. Let's see what they do. See what they do. All right, there's Drama Lock. Cool. So Surveil. Do your thing. Now I get to play a Sphere and play a Stirrings. Star. All right, let's start at Stirrings. Start there. We have Relic, which is awesome. Ulamog, Urza's Mine, Urza's Saga. Relic seems just great here. I mean, nixing their graveyard's awesome. It shrinks the channeler. It neuters their clock significantly while also drawing a card. Ulamog's pretty far away. Saga's pretty slow. Yeah, Relic's great here. This is great. And so ship those. And I think we're going to pop it immediately. As to not give them access to casting Kroxa. Probably. Or any more scries. And we're also just going to draw a card, possibly draw a land too. So play Relic. Just going to pop it. Everything's gone. And, alright, so no mana left over. So you go. 3 cards in hand, including Lurrus. Also neuters future drama locks, in theory. Pop the map? Sure. Get a Ghost Quarter, please. I beg you to. Swamp? Sure. So pop map, get Swamp. Another hand is Swamp, Lurrus, and a couple other cards. Attack for 3. Here's Ragavan. It's funny, they're like almost getting close to casting our Boom Booms. They have a lot of mana in play, but... Play the Swamp. Play a Shadow. Wow. Alright, so asking us to pop this Oblivion Stone. We draw another Relic. That's pretty good, actually, also. Because now we can mop the shadows up, the Lurrus cards up, too. Alright, I'm sold. I'm sold. Pop it. Play Relic. A Drown here would be a little annoying, I guess, but whatever. Alright, and then we're going to Relic you. And then I think we're just going to pop this Relic. Because we have the mana available otherwise. So, just going to pop it. Draw a card. Draw an O-Stone. Alright, so... Now they have a lot of mana in play and a Lurrus, but nothing in the graveyard and nothing else going on. We are leading up to Thragtusk. You have O-Stone. You have some stars. Dash Ragavan. All right. All right. Hopefully no lightning bolts in their deck, you know? Definitely interested in playing Thragtusk next turn to get us out of cheese out damage range. Iteration, sure. So next turn is definitely just Star Thragtusk, and then if we find some more mana, we can also Stirrings. And Thragtusk is huge here. They're at 6 also. Thragtusk is almost lethal. So, of course, drowns their main counter. There's no cards in the graveyard, so. Thinking. Yeah, probably playing Prismatic Ending, I would think, with the white splash. Which is honestly pretty good against us because we had that O-Stone in play for a while. You know, we're kind of assuming they can't kill the O-Stone or our maps and stuff like that, so You know, I would say that Prismatic Ending much better than Fatal Push against us, obviously, for obvious reasons. But, you know, being able to kill a turn 1 mapper Star is pretty good. Tanking through this iteration. I want to remind you all, folks, do your shopping at CoolStuffInc.com. Magic cards, board games, card games, collectibles, they got it all. 20 years in the business. Promo code Jim5 for 5% off your order. And you get a free Jim Davis Goblin token. Bam. There it is. There it is. And pretty sweet. Dress Down goes into the exile zone. And a Shadow enters the battlefield. All right. 7/7 Shadow's pretty good. And they're just going to cast Dress Down. That's a really heads-up play. Playing around us casting Thragtusk. Good play. Good play. Now we can't even Stirrings for a Tron. That's a really good play. That's a really good play. We gotta think this through now. Didn't draw land, unfortunately. And I mean, we can star and make it. I guess we have start by star and making it green. So we are mana shy on plopping O Stone. So we'll start here. And we're going to add a green. Drawing a land here, make things easy for us. Tron land. It's a Wurmcoil. Jesus. That's actually pretty good, though. So, oh, no, it's not, because they have a Lurrus in their hand. So, if I play Wurmcoil, they can just recast the Dress Down, and I have to block, and it's not a very good exchange. So, Thragtusk is better for that. So, we're just going to keep going here, I think. Stirrings. We risk Stirrings not hitting a lamp. That's almost impossible. So we're going to Stirrings here. All right, so Forest. It was close, honestly. It was close. It's a Forest. Any order. Now we're going to play another Star. Make a green. This is an important turn. Make green. It's a Relic. That's actually pretty solid. But now we're committed to playing Thragtusk to block anyway, so. Alright. So play Thragtusk. We do not gain 5 life, which is kind of a bummer. And we say go. And Dress Down goes away. Now, if they have enough mana to Lurrus, Dress Down, and kill this, we're dead. But I don't think they can have enough mana to do that. They don't have Delirium, so there's a Lurrus. Dress Down. Tell me more. I mean, Drown can't kill it. Unholy Geek can't kill it. Fatal Push can't kill it. And obviously we should untap an O Stone, which is pretty insane. So I think we're okay here. Dress Down certainly an interesting factor against us. Very good play the last turn. Great play. Great heads up play. Trying to not deny the Thragtusk life game. Huge play. I guess like it didn't matter that much because like it was already an 8-8 regardless, and it would have been an 8, but I don't know. It's a good play. It's a good play. Looking like we're still alive here. We get to untap and play O Stone, which is pretty sweet. So, all right, we got a block. Taking 13 is not on the agenda. There's a bobble. There's a draw. And unfortunately, they can drown an O Stone. Let's draw Tron land. We do that. We should draw Tron land, please. Make life easier for us. It's a Forest. God, why you like this? So if we cast a O Stone, they can counter it with drown. I can play and pop Relic. And if we draw Tron land, we can play through a drown. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're at 3. Oh. This game's been made so difficult by us just like never drawing lands. Oh, how many drowns they've been through? We've seen 1 drown. Yeah. And they shocked that in so fast too. I think they thought they could kill it, but they couldn't, obviously. They might just drown the Relic, honestly. because otherwise drown isn't. So if I play the Relic and they drown it, then I have enough mana for O-Stone. I'm going to do it. Pretty interesting spot. Punks played well. Be like it's hard for them to know that like that I need this mana for my O-Stone. And now if it's resolved, I can just play the Wurmcoil and just like exile the dress down. Yes, they have to drown it. All right, cool. So that's great. All right, so now we have O-Stone, land, pop it. No value for you. And I think we have stabilized. I think. Not sure yet. Not all the way there yet, but Wurmcoil in hand. There are 3, which is sick. Is that Ragavan still in their hand? I think it is. Put us to 1. Iteration, sure. Next turn is a Wurmcoil. It's still a graveyard, but Lurrus is dead, so a Cult against command is probably like the worst case scenario. I can ding us for 1 and get the thing back. They're going to Thoughtseize us. All right. They're going to go to 1. I hate playing these Shadow decks so much. I can't stand being on the edge of a knife every single game. I'm going to cast Thoughtseize. They're going to look at my top card. Okay. Who's they know what's coming. We don't know what's coming. They know what's coming. Cast Thoughtseize. Okay. Goodbye, Wurmcoil. Redraw on Chromatic Star. I think they have Ragavan in their hand still, so this is a double draw for lethal here. This has been a hell of a game. This has been a hell of a game. All right. Chromatic Star entered the revealed card zone. What? Oh, they're revealed cards. Okay. Sure. All right, Ragavan untapped. No dash. Okay, so that's actually hilarious. They didn't want to dash because our top card was a blank. That's kind of weird though, because like it would have been lethal next turn, you know? All right, sure, whatever. So play Star. You have 3 cards left. Make it green. Big draw. Big draw off the top is a Wurmcoil Engine. Better lucky than good, as they say in the business. And they know what this card is. We're going to hold it in hand, though, I think. Guess who's back? Holding it in hand, defends against a Cult against command, draw step, discard. One wormy boy. It's kind of like 2 wormy boys, actually, but... All right. 4 cards in hand. The tension. It so turns. I'll be playing in SCG Philly this weekend. My first big modern event in a while. And I play Tron. I don't know. We'll see. I haven't decided I'm playing yet. All right. They play at Darcy. I mean, now unfortunately they have a kill spell. They can just block Ragavan and kill it. I don't gain life here, so I probably have to draw a good card here. Honestly, that's a farce. I think we're dead. So they just block with the Ragavan, kill it, untap, and kill me. Kind of sucks. I thought about it for a while, so maybe they don't have it, but yeah, they got it. All right, kind of stinks. So well played. Sucks. So we didn't draw. We bricked, unfortunately. That's all right. All right, they can't even make us make. They have to attack. So all right, we almost had that. I thought we stole that one. I thought we came back and stole that one, but oh my god. Unfortunately, just Just a little bit short. Just a little bit short. Their hand was very good. Their hand was very, very good. So, sideboarding the same as it was the last every other match we played in this league. Bring the gut shots and the Thragtusk, cut the O Stone, the Ulamog, and the Forest, right? Yeah, Forest. All right. On the play, game 2. Do I got the Forest on the play? Blossom, Sanctum, Saga, Relics, Ugin, Karn's pretty good. Wurmcoil, Thragtusk. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Oh man, Alpine Moon gives us our extra green source if they have that, and if they don't, great. So yeah, I think we did take like, I guess we popped Stone a little bit late. I mean, we were drawing like land anyway, so actually wouldn't have mattered if we were at like 6 or even 9 life at the end there. But we'll see. We'll see. All right, on the play. Jegantha, I choose you. Okay, so I mean, it's not bad. We have gut shot for the thingy. We've got Star Stirring, which is really, really good finding a Tron piece. We have a map. We have a relic. I'm gonna keep this hand. I know I'm a pretty aggro about mulliganing with Tron, but this hand kind of has it all. I really like any hand that has power, that has a Tron land, a Star, and a Stirrings, like the one-landers, because you get like 1,000 looks for a Tron land. We have the gut shot, we have the relic to slow them down, we have the map also if things go a little slower, and a payoff. I'm keeping this. I'm keeping this. I have the draw, you get a mulligan because they can thought seize your Star, but all right, so power plant, Star, go. Blood Crypt. Ragavan, please. Not Thoughtseize. Ragavan. Yeah. Yeah. Alright. Unsap. Draw. Never want to draw a second gut shot. Never want to draw a second gut shot. Alright, making green. Draw a card. We're going to draw a Thragtusk. It's not great. Play Stirrings. All right, we almost missed 7 cards for a land, but we found the Urza's Mines. Play the mine. Put those back, and we're gonna play. We're gonna play a map here. Get set up for next turn, and we're actually gonna let them untap to cast Gut Shot because I want them to counter it with Drown the Lock because I have 2 of them. So. Bink. Bad monkey. Bad monkey. Play another monkey, please. I'm begging you to do it. I want you to do it. I'm begging you to do it. Oh, no. Channeler, sure. And Bobble. This is fine. We have Relic to work on the graveyard anyway, so this is all fine. We're not going to gut shot this yet. See more what's going on here. I guess I'm not going to F6 though, because I want to be able to gut shot if they thought sees me. Really thinking here. Really thinking. Big Scribe. All right. Bins the Ragavan. There's the Bobble. Looking at their top card, sure. Bobble. Tarn. They have Thoughtseize too? No. Okay. Untap. Draw a card, Bobble. Hey! Sure. Okay. We are now going to chill, I guess. That makes life a little easier for us. We're going to play Urza's Tower. We're going to play Relic. I guess we're not going to activate it. Play Relic. We have 3 for Jegantha, 2 for map, and then 1 I don't have 1 for Relic, actually, though. So we can actually go... Alright, we're going to go 4 mana for Jegantha and hardcast Relic. Cast the Relic. Start there. Relic resolves. Exile a card. It's going to be a Ragavan. Use the remaining mana to put Jegantha in hand. And now I have activate map and Relic at the same time if I want to do it. I also have this gut shot available too, which we're not really sure if we're going to use yet or not. We'll see how things turn out for the turn. All right, we see opponent playing iteration. Sure. That is Delirium, but let him put spells in the graveyard, you know. They've been Drown the Lock, yada, yada, yada. Bloodstainmire. Okay. They have 6 cards in hand. So we can, like, if we want a gut shot Relic here, we have to do it now. Gonna start slamming Thragdaddies. Yeah, I think we're gonna do it now. So we'll do it first because we don't want them to re-get Delirium. Play this. Pop Relic. That's dead. We draw a map. Go get a Forest. And now we can actually Thragtusk and map for Blast Zone, which is pretty sweet. Foundry, Shock, Darcy. Sure. I am Karn. All right. Karn changes the math a little bit. I would love to play Karn and plus it, because that's pretty damn hard to remove from this board. If I minus, they can just unholy heat it and stuff like that. I think I just like Karn plus here, honestly. Karn going to 10 is a lot. That's a lot of Karn to deal with. Let's do that. Card in hand. And it's a Scalding Tarn, sure. Play land, play map, say go. You're up. 10's a lot. I think it's like if they use a bunch of resources to kill it, great. Whatever. We just have Thragtusk in our hand, you know? We have Blast Zone available, Thragtusk's in hand. Thoughtseize. Sure. Beast, Elk. Goodbye, Thragtusk. They go to 10. Shock and Steam Vents, they go to 8. Dash Ragavan. All right. Gonna go for me, I assume. And the Darcy probably goes at Karn. All right, from 10 to 9, they've managed to get Karn out of double digits. They have an Unholy Heat here for the Delirium buff up. No, they don't. They do not. All right. Unsap and draw. Sylvan Scrying. Sylvan Scrying indeed. I think we're just going up the scale again. Don't really care about this Darcy too much. Get a Ragavan? Sure. That'd be pretty fun to restart the game with a Ragavan in play. They can't drown the lock, anything. We're definitely casting the Thragtusk here. The question is, what are we doing about it first? Do I want to try and go for a Sylvan Scrying first? I don't want to get a green land with Scrying, though. Get Urza Saga. Pop the map, too, honestly. Let's cast the Thragtusk and start there. Usually do it. Yeah, whatever. This is fine. Cast the Thragtusk. Instant dress down. Sure. So I don't gain life off the Thragtusk. You got me. You got me there. You got me there. You draw a card. Here comes the Thragtusk. No life gained. We have this map. We can like map for Forest and then Scrying for Blast Zone. Or I can just map for Saga and play it. Map for Saga and play it is pretty good. I still have Scrying for Blast Zone too, and they don't know about it anymore. That's pretty sweet. Let's do that. Saga can go find Relic, make blockers, etc., etc. Yeah. Having sneaky Blast Zone a little bit. They obviously can counter the Scrying, maybe. It's not like, super clean, but we obviously can just minus Karn if we need to also, so Karn is on freaking 13. Both clock is getting low too. They have like about 6 minutes left. We're at 10 minutes left. So just restarting the game could be a win condition as far as the clock goes too. All right, 14-8. They have 3 cards in end. Darcy is live for the attacks. We see iteration. All right, there's F6 in here. We're a sorcery player. They reveal. They top their Darcy, sure. Reveal Mishra's Bauble. All right, sure. More game actions. Shadow's definitely a hard deck to play. Get a Swamp. Play the Bauble. Do the Surveil. Peek a card. Karn's ultimate is on 14. 14 is the ultimate for Karn. Unholy Heat. Targeting Karn. All right. Back down to 7. A little more manageable. Another Unholy Heat. Wow. Karn has been taken down. The big man has been taken down, but it's put them down to actual nothing. You killed Karn? Yes. What did it cost? Everything. Everything. And they're also just freaking at 7 life. And I have a Thragtusk in play, and a Saga in play, and a Jegantha, and a Saga, and everything else. So, all right, let's look at the top card. Sure. We draw Oblivion Stone. Okay. It's a nice backup plan to have in the old back pocket. But I think we're just going to be attacking for 5 here. And we could like Scrying for a Forest. It's just like unnecessary though. We're just going to cast Jegantha and leave Urza Saga up. And I don't think they can beat my Jegantha and my Thragtusk and my Saga. So just going to say go. Let them take their game actions if they want to do that. All right. Yeah, Darcy has to attack. So not sure how they're going to be dealing with Thragtusk and Jegantha and everything else. So make a token. Untap. I'm trying to run my clock here. I'm ahead on clock. So, oh shit, whatever. I misclicked. Others dead. They're trying to run my clock down for sure. So they're already in the red. All right. Pretty good game 2 there. The glasses are coming off for game 3. This is a serious game. This is for a trophy, folks. Trophy. Just going to run it back. Pretty happy with what we got going here. We're back on the draw. Gut shot did some work that game. Did some work. Ooh. Ooh, let's rock and roll. And they're also under time pressure, too. I have about 9 minutes left. They have about 5 minutes left. And they have more choices to make than I do, honestly. More, a lot more finicky, expressive iterations to resolve, fetch lands to figure out, 4 colors of mana base to figure out, etc., etc. So, all right. Natty Tron, Relic, O-Stone, Wurmcoil. Snap keep. Snap keep. Turn 1. Ragavan, you got it. Couldn't keep much faster. Sylvan Scrying, sure. Let's play Relic. Say go. Here comes the monkey. Monkey will reveal Sylvan Scrying. They could guess that. All right, we're going to Relic them. And F6. Sacred Foundry. Put Lurrus to hand. Okay. Yeah, that's the thing you can do. All right, just play lands, they go. Here's Monkey. Gonna reveal an Ancient Stirrings. Also not great for them. Thoughtseize, fire away. Fire away. We're rolled up here, my friends. Take Wurmcoil for sure. It's by far the best card in our hand. We have plenty of time to do all the things we want to do. We've got O-Stone in play now. We got Jegantha rolled up. We got Relic slowing down the graveyard stuff. And again, the clock is also ticking. So a lot of things against them right now. There goes Wurmcoil. We'll fire off Relic on next priority. Shotgun Watery Grave. Play Shadow. Interesting. We can't O-Stone yet. So we're just going to... They also can't drown or anything either, so whatever. So we're going to untap and draw. I could see a mild argument there for like just wanting to pop the Relic to draw, but we draw Chromatic Sphere for Sylvan Scrying also. That's pretty good. Just get a little Blast Zone for backup. Kind of like that. Oh no. Oh, I misclicked to play the wrong land. No. All right, we're playing this game on hard mode now. No. Yeah, that's pretty crappy. That's pretty crappy. That one might cost us because playing a land drop for Blast Zone was definitely a part of the equation. All right. And now they have a dress down. We're not dead. This is to be 13, 14, 15. Oh my god. Oh my god. Not like this. All right. So we play O-Stone, risk getting blown up. I think I just like Chromatic Sphere, Scrying for Blast Zone, and saying go. That gives us 2 shots at killing everything. That sucks so bad. It's just such an unfortunate occurrence. All right. Make green as a map. Cast Scrying. Gonna get our Blast Zone. Oh man, gross. I really hope I don't lose this game because of that. All right, you're up. A Dress Down plus a Burn spell would kill us. Dress Down would, of course, make the Shadow a 13/13. Thoughtseize. All right. I mean, that was pretty punishing because obviously we had already would have cast the O-Stone. Actually, I don't know if we would have cast O-Stone or not, but 8, 9, 10. And obviously, if we play Blast Zone, we can't play a Tron land either, which just sucks so bad. So I have to lose my Relic here too. They hit my gut shot. That's so funny. That would have been lethal if they had dress down. Play Lurrus. And that's 1 more damage. God. Just draw an O-Stone. No justice in the world. Prismatic ending the Relic. Okay, I mean, I was going to die to the Relic anyway, so. Stirrings. Oh, man. Oh, what a frustrating experience. Oh, just clicked the wrong land. I should have Tron in play right now. Oh, alright, so we have to blast on and not die. They put us to 3 and recast the Shadow. Just sucks. It just sucks. Alright. Hitting the gut shot off the right is pretty good too. Alright, so blow us up. They should have K command and kill us. Man. Recast Shadow. The lifelink, of course, makes the Shadow smaller, which is really funny. It's funny that Lurrus having lifelink is like almost a drawback in this deck. Play their Shadow. All right. Well, we need to draw. We need to draw out here. It's got to be. It's got to be a big colorless boomer. That's not bad, I guess. All right, that's a start. Does that even work though? We gain 7 and take. Nah, we're still dead. We're still dead. We gain effectively at 8. But we take 8 exactly. So, any other outs here? I don't think so. Sucks. Well, it's not the first 5-0 I've pumped it away on video. Being entertaining and trying to play Magic at a high level is definitely difficult, and that wasn't even a mistake. It was just literally misclicked the wrong land. Just the worst way to go. Just the worst way to go. And this kills us also because now they just lose 2 less life. Tash Ragavan too. All right, you win. Oh, so stupid. So stupid. All right. So we died. So we went 4-1. I have to like remap out the game. I'm pretty sure we still win that game. Or we win that game if we play the right land. Because I probably would have cast the O-Stone and all that stuff too. But whatever. Good showing nonetheless. Good showing nonetheless. Yeah, Tron's great. Tron's great. I don't know. Tron's still great. And yeah, love y'all. Thanks for watching. I'm Davis for CoolStuffInc.com. I've said a lot about Tron before. It's just a play Tron and have fun kind of video. So I appreciate you watching. Make sure you look up for my 10 new brews coming up. My set reviews are up on YouTube. Bronze Mythics coming up as well. A lot of new stuff. A lot of great stuff on CoolStuffInc.com. As always, promo code Jim5, 5% off your order. Free content every weekday. No paywall. It's good stuff. Love you folks. See you next week. Have a good one.